Hi there, it's Shell, and today I'm kind of doing like a tutorial. Just in case you haven't seen these, I made some in my Craft With Me, but sometimes it's just easier to kind of have a tutorial so that you can refer back to it. So these guys are little tiny library pockets, and I went ahead and put a paper clip on the back, and I kind of wanted to show you how I made these. And they're so fun, they're so simple, but they're a fun addition to your junk journals. So here's one that I used. This one had one-sided paper. So, and this one I didn't put a paper clip on it because I had some other ideas that I wanted to use. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you get your template. So let's just kind of work with this. I cut this down to 2 inches tall by 1 inch wide. And then I am just going to kind of, just kind of see how far I want it to go up. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold that. So you could certainly, just leave it like this. It's simple. But I like having the extra gusset so that there's more room here, because there's not a lot of room. So I'm just using a pen. You can certainly use a pencil here if I can see what I'm doing. And then go ahead and trace that out. And then once you have your template, there's not much to it. Oops. Because you'll use the same template and then just make, several. Sorry, I can't see the edges. Okay, let's try that again. It's not very straight, is it? And, this doesn't have to be perfect by any means because it is just a template. Then you want to go ahead where you folded it and kind of draw a little line, and that's kind of where my fold's going to be. And then I just went ahead and drew another line kind of going up like that, and then I am just going to kind of connect those 2 lines. So I just thought we'd kind of play with this, and it's really fun. I made a whole bunch of them. And that's it as far as the template. So then what I do, when I made my template, I actually made it on some manila folder. So it's really sturdy, and that's really nice, for a template. It doesn't have to be perfect because they are handmade. But I did have this cardstock, or this kind of brown cardstock. Can't think of what it's called. It's early and cold here. So, and then what I do is I just go ahead, I just kind of see where the ends of my tips are. Can you see that? And then I just use my fingernail to flip it over. And then flip those 2 over like that, and you're pretty much done. So let me grab my corner rounder. I thought I had everything, but obviously I didn't. Okay. And then I'm just going to use the 1/4 inch, and before I fold it, it just is a little bit easier. I'm just going to round those corners. And I have my ink. Just going to distress wherever I want it to. Sometimes I just distress the little pocket, and then I'm going to use my glue and, fold it over, and then where your little flaps are, you can just put just a touch of glue down, fold it over, I hold it just for a minute, and the glue I'm using is Art Glitter Glue. There we go. And that is our little pocket. So I thought that was really cute. This one's a little bit crooked, but you know, that doesn't bother me because I don't mind that it's, you know, crooked and imperfect. So since I used the one I was going to save for my template, let me show you the one I had made previously. Here it is. And I went ahead and wrote sample on it. And then this is the size of the paper that will fit inside. I don't know if it'll fit in this one. It's a little bit short there. But this one, I knew I wanted this size paper. So I went ahead and traced that. And I moved this down to as far as I wanted. And I knew that I wanted a pocket, so I traced it, and then I added my two little flips. And then you always have a little template. Let's cut a couple of those out so you can just see how I do this. Let me find my pencil. My husband's pencil. Okay, found my husband's pencil. The reason I like to use pencils is because I do trace each one of these, and I can erase if I need to. So what I was doing is one day I just sat down, traced a whole bunch out, and then sat back and just cut them like when I was watching TV and stuff. So it's not, you know, it's very simple and it's very fun. I do have a scan and cut, and I thought about making like a whole page of these and having, you know, the scan and cut, and I might do that still like this weekend and have them all cut out perfectly for me on the scan and cut. That would be so nice. And then I thought about maybe even selling them already cut out but not put together in my Etsy shop. So if it's something you think you'd be interested in, then be sure and leave a comment below if you like these but don't want to take the time to create them, because you know it does take time to create, doesn't it? I do something and I look like when I'm talking to you guys or doing a craft with me, and it's already been, you know, an hour, and it seems like you just started. It's crazy. So then I just cut them out. Like I said, it doesn't take that long, and I just kind of try to make them fairly alike, but if I did them on the scan and cut, they would be more uniform. Okay, so I have these. I have my eraser somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where that is right now, but I'm not going to worry about it, I don't think. I've been cleaning up my mess because I'm in the middle of starting another project, and we just finished the friend journals, and I really want to kind of start with a clean slate in my area, because as most of you know, I craft in my living room and everything's scattered when I'm done with one project. So I'm just kind of lining it up, trying to make sure it's in a good place. And then if it kind of is over or something, then I just trim it. But yeah, I just thought these were such cute little projects. They're fun, you know, it doesn't take very long to put them together, and you can do a whole bunch and then just enjoy them. as an addition to either paper clips or just little tuck spots, whatever you want to do. And I was going to just do a few of those just to see what you guys thought. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my lip there, and then move it down. But yeah, it's so cold here this morning. It's got down to -8, I think. It is 14 right now, but -8, and the cold water in our bathroom in the tub is frozen. The hot water works, but the cold water is frozen. So, and hubby had to go to work, so he just shampooed his hair and he's ready. You know, he went to work for a few minutes. We haven't had to leave the house a lot, but last 2 days we've had emergencies and such. So I had to run back to town to get some, you know, stuff. He's going to pick up some stuff to wrap around the pipes. Now normally this one has like some pencil on the edges. You can't really see it, but normally I would just go in there with a eraser and just erase that really quickly. Like I said, I've been kind of cleaning up and all my stuff's everywhere. Okay, so I had a few ideas that I want to do with these. One idea I had was to use some scraps. Let me find some little scraps here. So one thing, let me put my samples out of the way, that way maybe I won't lose them. Okay, sorry. So is to use some scraps and maybe make little spots, journaling spots in here. That's a little bit wide, but I'm going to just trim it. You can certainly use your paper trimmer, but I was thinking since I'm not going to cut off, you know, tons, that it will probably fit pretty well. But see, by having the little fold overs, then you have, you know, access of the whole library thing. So, and I just kind of want to measure it because I want it to be a certain height in there. And I was just thinking this would be a cute little addition. Fold that over. And again, I'm going to my corner chomper on the 1/4 inch side. And I'm using the 1/4 inch side because these are so tiny that, you know, the 1/2 inch would make it just make bigger corners. So I'm just going to, I think, just do the outside like this. And then we'll stick that in here. And that will be a little journaling spot that you can take out in your little, my brain just stopped, in your junk journal. So you can journal in that. Let's try this. I don't know if I can get this straight or not, but I'm going to try it. So you could do the same thing with this. It would be bulkier, of course. But let's see if, and that's going to fit just perfectly. And you could just do like a single. Let's go ahead and do the corner chomping. And this will be just a little single journaling card. And we'll pop that in there. That gives it a little bit of color. That's cute. And then for those of you who have seen my other, let me video, I'm going to kind of make what I did in there, and that is a tag. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise this up just a little bit. That'll help me get a fairly straight line, and then just cut it off right there. And then I'm going to make a little tag. This. Oops. So there's my little tag. It's not perfect. Not turned it right, but that's okay. That looks better. Do some ink blending. And say we want to use this white piece, you know, the ones I did before were little tiny tags that went into manila files, manila library cards. So they were kind of like this, like that. And but this time, let me get my tiny hole punch. Here is my little hole punch. Sorry, I'm just bringing it down a little bit. Somehow it got jammed up in there. Okay. And then this one, I'm not sure how tiny it is, but it's smaller than most hole punches, I think. Made in China. But I'm just going to do a little tiny hole in the center, if I can. See how tiny that is? And then let's just do like a red. And I thought this would look better than like a ribbon because it is such a tiny tag. If I can see to put that in there. Okay. Oops. Like that. And then that will be about the appropriate size for a little tiny tag. So I'm just going to show you how I've used these and some other ideas that I had. So I have, like I said, some of them have little paper clips on them. I'm going to grab a paper clip and we'll put one on one of these and we'll decorate it up. I'll just use a yellow one. Let me grab my stamps. So what I did for my previous junk journal is I just went through my stamps. I have tons of them, as you can tell. And I just found one that would kind of fit. Put this one on here. And then I just stuck it on the inside. I like that look. You certainly don't have to do that, but I thought it was kind of fun. That way, if you don't want to put anything in the pocket, then you don't have to. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this into place. Like this. And you know, I just like to kind of layer things up. This will go in here. And you can't really see it, but you know, I just thought that was a cute little look. So let me grab a couple of more scraps. Kind of been saving some things. So, and it's on this one. And what I did is I just kind of estimated the size. Because I don't know about you guys, but you know, when I'm creating, I don't necessarily want to take a lot of time, you know, putting together paper clips or you know, whatever. So I'm just going to, I tell you guys. So let's go ahead and put that here. And then say I want a paper clip on the back of this. I'm just going to use just a scrap of paper cut down. So I can either, you know, keep it showing like this, or I can flip it over, depending on what look I'm going for. I think I'm going to flip it over just because I'm not sure I'll keep that journaling card in this one. Uh-oh. And I do want to put my paper clip on there, and then I'm just going to use my art glitter glue to glue that on to the back of this. But since I'm not sure how that pink will look with that kind of coral color, I'm just going to do that. Like that, very simple. You can use, you know, any scratch papers for your back. I do like to use a cardstock, and we got one. Now here you can do, you know, decorating or whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lace here. I'm just going to kind of, I really need to find my good scissors. Okay. Anything you want to, you could put silk flowers, anything you want, you know, just use up little bits and pieces of your scraps. That's fun. Okay, so we have that one done. I pulled out some of these tags that I have, and I thought these would be fun also to add into your journal. So I have the bags that these came from, so I'll show you those. Here it is, and it says Mrs. Sparkle and Company. Ms. Sparkle and Company. Papery. I'm not sure where I got them. Scallop tags. Craft. So I had a bunch of these in my stash in the bedroom, or in my craft room. Well, bedroom. And here it is. I thought those would be kind of a fun thing to add these to. So I am going to add this. It's just a, I think it's like a 2 inch or 2.5 inch circle scallop, which goes perfect with this little tag. And I'm going to stick that on here. And this is just an old book page. Again, I'm just using my art glitter glue. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit because I want my circle to show my hole. But if you didn't want the hole, then you know you don't have to do that. Now I'm going to see if I want to decorate this. And I have some lace, just some little odds and ends, laces and things like that. So what I was thinking is just something like that, and then we could, you know, kind of glue this on, so it'd be kind of like a little, just a fun little collage that is a tag. But you know, you will still have a little bit of journaling space on it. I think that's kind of fun. You know, and sometimes I just like just different additions to my paper. So, you know, I just kind of pull out some of my scraps, kind of fit them on here until I find something that I like. So, you know, kind of just, oops, I always do that, don't I? So say I put this here, and then I just want my laces to kind of just to give me something, you know, just a little bit of dimension here and there. I think that's fun. You know, I have this little scrap of baker's twine. Let's see what I can do with this. I don't know if I can make a... Ooh, I'll just tie it into a little knot maybe. But just be creative with your scraps. You know. Put that here. That's kind of cute. And then I will just glue this one down instead of putting a paper clip on it. And I always like to kind of turn things, catty corner, things like that. It has that little tag in there. And let's go ahead and kind of decorate this pocket. So let's kind of... It's about perfect. I love just kind of playing around and seeing what, you know, I can come up with. You know, especially when I have tons of little scraps. So if you wanted to now, you could go ahead and put like a big paper clip on here. But I think what I'm going to do is just put, I think I'm going to use this, and just put a little topper on here. And then I'll just use this as a tag. I might still use a paper clip to attach it to my book, but that's kind of fun. And then let me get some more red. Let me tie a little bow. Kind of bring that red throughout our little tag. I think that's cute. Oops, if I can get it tied. Here it goes, yay. Almost spoke too soon, huh? Okay, and I'm just going to put a dollop of this glue. It will dry clear, and that way that'll keep that from coming apart. So I think that's really cute. And then it has this little tag. I can cut that down. That would be really cute even on a package or something. So that's another way to use these guys. So now let's play with this one. This is another tag from that same maker as the scalloped ones. Okay, and then let's kind of do a little collage. And here's some lace I had left over, so that will work. This one I am just going to kind of rip it because I do like that jagged edge. Just kind of. And I'm just using Vintage Photo as my, that's cute, as my distress ink. So I'm just going, I kind of like to have a little background, so I use book pages a lot or music pages a lot for that. And then I think I'm going to use some of this lace I just happened to see it. I'm going to cut out this little rectangle. Here. I kind of want to take it down a little bit. It was a little bit too bright for what I wanted to make. So, and I'm just going to put some glue here and get that glued down. That's really cute. Now, I was thinking about maybe a stamp, because I have so many of them. I'm using this one here, so kind of be plain, but maybe I can find something. I do like the cross, you know, something more subdued. This is from Thailand. That's kind of too big. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, and I go ahead and just put a little bit of ink around the edges just to kind of help them to blend in a little bit, and I think I'm going to just put it kind of cockeyed like that. And then this little guy is just going right here, but first I want to go ahead and use some more of this little scratch paper, just because I really like it, and I hate to waste, you know, some, maybe like 2 little pieces on here. Kind of ink it just to give it a little bit more interest. Art glitter glue. And I don't want it perfect by any means. So if I do like you know, a special journal and I think, oh, you know, I need something, this might be exactly what I'm looking for, you never know. So let's see, there we go. And then maybe, what's this? This is a piece of just writing. It's not the right color though. I think that looks really nice. I feel like it still needs something right there. Maybe I'll use this lace. And just put that just here. I feel like that's a really empty spot. But I want to bring this down just a touch, the color. There we go, like that. You could put buttons on here. I think that would be really cute. But if you kind of make up a whole bunch of them and have like a base, and you decide to use it later and add to it, then you don't have to, you know, you can add to it later. Kind of just play in. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Again, I kind of like them a little bit cockeyed. This has our little journaling spot there. You could use this as a tuck in your books. You could put ribbon on it and use it as a tag. You could put a big paper clip on it and use it as a paper clip holder. You could either, you know, up and down or sideways, and that would look really cute on your page. So I'm just going to kind of go over what we've done and just kind of reiterate, I guess. So first thing I did is I made a sample and with 2 little foldovers and then an inside sample. I don't know that you need the inside sample. I just had that and then just traced around it. Here is a little paper clip, so you can put that on in your little books. You can put it on pockets, on the top of a page as a hang down, whatever you want to do. You can go a step further and decorate tags and add your little pockets to tags. I think that's really cute. I really love this one. I think that's really fun. And then you can do, oh, I wanted to show you, yeah, here, this one, the paper clip is, I just put a little stamp in there and I just glued that down. I just thought that would be fun. It's a fun way to use up stamps. And when you glued this on, you could glue it on, you know, halfway and then use it as a tuck spot too. That would be cute. And, you know, like I said, I have tons of these little guys. They were so fun. And then, you know, here's some little stamp booklets I have. So if you were to make this into like a tuck spot, you could maybe tuck a little stamp booklet or something like that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was such a cute idea. And it was a fun, simple, you know, thing just to kind of play with. It'd be fun for kids if they cut down, want to cut out things or something like that. It's a fun way to use it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this tutorial was helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure and leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.